Hey, so I'm back after a couple weeks long trip in Chicago, and when I was there I picked up 22 carts. They were things I was looking for to replace my 10-in-1 because, as I've said in other videos, I'm going to be rehoming the 2600 Plus because I'm getting a 7800 Plus because it's got newer firmware. It has a different I/O chip in it. It supports peripherals that the 2600 currently does not and may never. It's not clear if they're going to be able to sort out the issues that that machine has in detecting things like the driving controller and the keypad via firmware instead of hardware. Unfortunately, by all accounts, the 7800 Plus will still not let you play Star Raiders because apparently having joystick and keypad at the same time is something it can't currently deal with. So hopefully we'll be able to apply firmware at some point, because currently I cannot, because I do not have a Windows machine that I have admin rights to that I can use to install said firmware updates. So I'm waiting on a loader that works with an operating system I actually have access to. But anyway, so I came back with like a bunch of carts. The ones that are games that I liked on the 10-in-1 I am not going to revisit, but many of these were just opportunistic purchases. Some of them not so great, like The Adventures of Tron, which is getting a new home in a charity shop. But some of them were just things that looked really cool. Some of the people had on the forums, like World War I, which is quite a nice little find, or are unusual to see out in the wild, like Space Cavern, or even Space Chase, or games I've never played before from publishers that I really love and respect, like iMagic, Star Voyager. So I got a pretty good haul here. There's also some new games that I'm going to be working through. I got a couple new carts that I can actually play because they aren't PAL 7800 carts. The recent releases with which do not work. Like most PAL games for the 7800 do not work with the version 1 firmware on the 2600 Plus. This has been rectified since, but as I said, I cannot apply that, so I'm out of luck until I get my 7800 Plus, which apparently is now either due to Atari. I'll probably end up saying it's more likely their fault than Amazon's fault, but in any respect I'm not getting it till the third week of December. So there will be another Let's Play Some Atari forthcoming. But I do have Caverns of Mars and the M Network collection, both of which work just fine with the vanilla 2600 Plus. So, yay! Right, so without further ado, let's play some Atari. Right, so the first game we've got is Adventures of Tron, which is a game that I tried to describe to someone, and when I described the mechanics, they said, right, what's the object? And I had to say, well, that's it. This is definitely the worst M-Network game that I've played. It is also probably, if you wanted to pick a candidate for, add to the pile of games that spelled that caused the video game crash, I would put this definitely on that stack, because this is crap. All right. So, but let's have a gander, shall we? Right. So here's the game. This is me. I'm Tron. Look at me. I run back and forth. Press the button and jump. That's it. I'm trying to grab. Oh, there's a tank killed me. I'm trying to grab these little flashy things, and I can ride the lift. And the lift. Oh, I didn't get killed. And this is it. You're basically just Don't get killed. Every time I jump levels and I don't die, I score points. Oh, but I didn't go through the beam, so I can't change levels again. But Jesus, I mean, this is it. This is the game. One screen. You jump through the beam and you can use the lift again. Or you can grab that little thing that's flying, that little thing that looks like an arrow is the solar sailor. So you grab that, it'll move you a little faster. But that's it. You know, I got 400 points because I moved between levels without dying 4 times. Yay me. Just unbelievable trash. There's another Tron game from our network called Tron Deadly Discs, which that's the one that I should have gotten, although I didn't see that on display anywhere, sadly. So I've been using this, the 7800 or the CX78 Plus wireless gamepad, which I like. I've used the USB and the DB9 dongles with both the 7600 Plus and my Mac. Played some name games on there, which was fun. But when you switch back and forth, you do need to do the little resync operation, which is not a huge deal. That's just something to bear in mind. There's a price that you pay for syncing these things, or for switching back and forth, rather. But it's good to know that it works with a Mac as an HID type USB device. Anyway, so second game on the list, Beanie Bopper. This is who is this from? This is a Fox game, 20th Century Fox title. I think I've got a couple of these now. Haven't played this back in the day. I've played all these games once though, just to make sure the carts are good. I've got one Tunnel Runner that I can't play because it's a RAM cart, which doesn't work with the vanilla firmware, sadly. All right, so these things are the beanies, and I'm the bopper. You can grab these things. I don't know what the hell they are. Missiles or something. If a beanie hits you, you die. So you got a choice. You can either shoot slow and you get more distance, or you rapid fire and you gotta get up and close and personal. So you gotta stun the beanies before you can bop them, I guess. But this is it. This is the whole game. So, if you spent $70 on this thing in 1982, would you feel hard done by? Or when did this come out? 84 maybe? I don't know. Something in the 80s. Would you feel like you've been taken for a ride? I don't know, you might. It's got some bleep bloop sound effects. I mean, the action's okay. I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I paid $13 for it. It is kind of a rare title. It's the label's in really good nick on this one. Look at how pristine it is. It works. I didn't have to clean this one to get it to work. But, you know, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it was an opportunistic purchase. I see a game that looks a bit unusual, or, I'm aware of Beanie Bopper. I'd heard of it. I'd never played it. But I thought it was worth a punt. This next title is one I've only seen talked about on the forum. Someone posted it. It's got an interesting silver label. I don't know who the hell published this. Oh, here it is. Data Age. Never heard of it. 1982. This is a paddle game, interestingly. Unfortunately, Unlike a lot of paddle games, you can't tell what's what until you start. There is no moving of things. This is another game that's kind of, like Beanie Bopper, doesn't have a hell of a lot going on. Alright, I guess I got the right one. Okay, so I move my little, this is my shooter. Move it back and forth. Oh, now that thing will kill you when it turns red. You have to somehow shoot it. But the basic object is these bugs come and you're trying to stop them from getting to the getting to the top. And they're not badly animated bugs. It's like a worm. For Pete's sake, can I please, you know? Alright, let's give it another whirl. But this is another one of these games that you're like, did this help cause the crash? I don't know. Oh, you can destroy that thing. I can't, I've done it. There you go. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I got to the top. But it feels kind of like a game. I mean, if this was a homebrew game, nobody would care. I don't think. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not anything to write home about. Ah. It's like a reverse centipede. They're coming out of the ground, except they don't go in an interesting pattern, and you basically have half the screen as a playfield. Why? I don't know. It's, you know, it's a curiosity. Alright, let's have a gander at Caverns of Mars. Ooh, this game is pretty groovy. I played it on Let's Play on the Atari 400 Mini because this game was never released on the 2600 back in the day. This was an Atari 8-bit game, which I have to say, when I've played it in the past, I was like, why is this an Atari 8-bit computer game? It looks like something that would quite easily run on the 2600. But I guess Atari was trying to get people to buy into the 8-bit computer thing? I don't know. I like the sound effects. So you just hold the button down. Shoot the fuel tanks to keep your fuel levels high. There's no, you know, pressing the button fast buys you nothing, so you just hold the button down and you move back and forth. Now, there is some further nuance to the control. If you push down, or you pull and you push up, then you get, you know, you speed up and down. That will, if you press down, it does cause your fuel levels to go down faster. So it is a bit of a, you got to be strategic. Oh, now we got the free flowing part. Oh no. Some of the ships got little F's on them because they got fuel, which you might need because, oh. Now if you die, you don't start all the way back at the top. It'll start you like close to your last check. There's some kind of checkpoint system. I don't, you know, so that's good. Even if you had to start all the way from scratch, that would take some of the shine off. You might lose people. There is a recharge version of this game that's very faithful to the basic mechanics of it. I enjoy that as well. Alright, here we go, I've passed that part. And now we're getting into the scary bit. Oh, there's energy fields, but watch out. Oh, I hit the wall. Why did I do that? Oh, I was too hasty, as Treebeard would say. Why was I so hasty? Alright, let's see. Oh god. Anyway, you go through and you go down and Oh, look, I can continue. I guarantee that wasn't in the computer version. But pretty neat. Obviously faithful to Atari cards. There's no save state. Not bad though. I enjoy this a lot. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the sound effects, but I really like Caverns of Mars. It's a hoot. This is one of these games that when I saw it originally appear as a kid, being a fan of Centipede in the arcade, this to me looked horrendous. Like, just, I was unfortunately one of those people that looked at a piece of box art and went, this looks like crap. But, because you're like, what? My little shooter guy is a square, the mushrooms are rectangles, like this screen looks cool. Why don't the mushrooms look like that? And yet, listen to the sound effects. They are really faithful to the arcade. Unbelievably so. Like, this has no right to sound as good as it does. And the gameplay, irrespective of how it looks, is really, it just has, this is why the 2600 was unbeatable. You know, and television had no chance because you could not get this kind of game for the Intellivision. And television was not capable of doing action games like this. Which is interesting. I didn't realize it was actually like not possible because of the way that it worked as a piece of equipment. You know, its processor was they focused on graphics instead of performance. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But if you look at the extras on the Atari 50 for the console wars, there's an intelligent programmer there that says, you know, this kind of thing didn't fly back in the day. They couldn't, you know, Atari had, I mean, obviously also Centipede was an Atari game, so they kept all their choice arcade titles for themselves. But so Atari's exclusives were unbeatable, but the fact is that this kind of fast-paced game, and when you know how Atari did its graphics, you're like, this shouldn't work either on Atari, but man, if I was, you know, if I programmed this, I would have been like, this could have been the only thing I ever programmed in my life, and I would have died happy knowing I achieved greatness. I just think it's a brilliant, such a good port of Centipede, you know, in spite of the console's limitations. This was another impulse buy. I didn't really, you know, this is a game that's, it's all right, you know, no, it's, you know, it's Activision cards, finicky. I have gotten this to work. This is going to be one of these blow in the slot kind of things. Come on now, you worked before. For Pete's sake. There has no bearing in reality, blowing on the thing, I promise you. It's like voodoo though. I swear to God, I don't believe that blowing on the card actually does anything. But how can I say it? Freaking. Right. This is an interesting game. Okay, I died right away. But this is one where I'm going to turn the sound up a bit. I turned the wrong direction. I gotta just... You hit that arrow, you turn backwards, and you really don't want to unless you get super powered. If you listen to the tones, they're trying to tell you... Oh, Christ. They're trying to tell you which way... how high up the gap is that you need to swim through. So that when you like go speeding ahead, you will be able to hit the thing. Oh my God. God, the octopus is gonna get me. Oh. Anyway, you see what you're doing. Get away from the octopus, swim through the seahorses. If you jump up and hit that bird, you get invulnerable, you can turn around and whack down the octopus. Why an octopus would be chasing the dolphin, I don't know. But it was. And it's bad, and we don't like it. The next I picked up because, I mean, this was $13. This was from, what is it called? Retro something. The label is just immaculate, but yes, I did pick up E.T. for the 2600. Now, on my Let's Play Atari 400 Mini video, I did play the 8-bit computer version, which is a million times better than this. This is still not the worst game ever made, contrary to belief. I picked it up because it was $13, and there's people on the internet, you know, on eBay selling it for stupid money because they think that, because it's so infamous, there's people that will pay for that. And I was like, no, I ain't one of them. But damn if this game is not frustrating as hell. So, here's me, I'm E.T. Press a button. I've moved here for some reason. Right, I picked up a thing. The little dots are Reese's Pieces. You pick them up so that you can, I can't remember why. You're going in the holes. Yay! Every time you get a thing like that, you're picking up, oh, the Reese's Pieces give you energy. See? Oh, there's a freaking FBI guy. If he touches me, I'm going to lose my gear that I'm picking up. Alright, so I got to fly out of here. Now here's where the thing, alright, there's the doctor. He'll take you to some other place. Oh, I fell on the thing again. This is why people hate this game. Because the hit detection for it falling into a pit is so unforgiving. Alright. And the problem is, the only place you can find parts for your phone is in these freaking pits. So you have to go into all of them. So this is the game. You're going into pits. You're trying to find parts of your phone. And once you do that, you're trying to go to various areas. If you look on the top of the screen, you'll see a little arrow, little icons telling you, you know, oh, this is the science building, or this is the whatever building. This is Elliot's house or something like that. Now that's my favorite. So you've gotten out of the hole, and you think, I'll push up to get away. But if you push up, apparently it hits the 1 pixel that will knock you into the hole again. Now, I'm just doing that to get away from that guy. So the key to getting out of these pits and staying out of them is to... I was just gonna... is to try to move to the side away from it. No, get off me. See, he took me to the hospital. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the doctor doesn't take my phone parts. The science man. See, I didn't even say I was close to that. Like, did my head touch the hole? Is that why it fell in? Who knows? Oh, God. I'm running out of energy. I'm going to die. Alright, now, doctor, get away from me. See, the doctor doesn't fall into pits. Why don't you fall? Get away from me. Stop. Stop. God. Oh, there's the FBI again. So I've already been here. This is one where you want to have like your pencil and paper handy so that you can map out the routes. I swear to God. Oh. You gotta be... Oh good, he was on the other side of the well. I thought he was gonna... No, what? Where did... No, I've been here already, I think. I do need some Reese's Pieces. What am I got here? What did it... Okay. Let's go here. Ah, another piece of the puzzle. No? Oh, why can't I pick that up? What is it? look at the manual. I'm not doing... Oh, it's a flower. Oh, I like the flower. Did I make the flower grow? Doesn't seem to be helping with my energy problem. And the flower is happy that I... Oh, I can't fly now because I'm too weak. Yes, I see there's a smiley flower. Okay, now, oh, I see. I wasn't next to the... I was too close to the flower. What the hell? Where am I? Okay. Am I gonna die? Say yes. Yes. Okay. I mean, you don't die. I mean, I have a bunch of Reese's Pieces, so Elliot will take me back to his house and bring me back. But good lord, I spent more time on that than I should have. Fast Eddie. This is kind of interesting, this game. It's another Fox game. Alright, so those are the little wumpuses or whatever they're called. So I'm supposed to go up here. Oh, they clobbered me already. Oh, so that wasn't a good jump. Oh god, I'm just not... Holy cow! That was good. Let's try that again. So the goal of this is to pick up all these little hearts. And I need to get enough of these prizes, as they are known. Oh man. What you probably can't notice, or maybe you can, is every time I grab one of these things, the guy on the top with the long legs, his legs get shorter. So I want to keep grabbing at these until this guy up at the top gets short enough for me to jump over. So I can get the final prize and leave the level. Oh, there it is. He's got the key. I've never done this, actually. Yeah, look at that. Level 2. Now it's fishes. Ooh. Yeah, look how far you jump. I'm Fast Eddie, man. I can jump like a champ. Oh. Guess not. I like how these guys obligingly don't all run at the same time. It's very nice of them. Like, you'd think they would activate when I start taking the prizes, but they don't actually seem to care. Oh, he's got the key again. I didn't notice. And that's it. I mean, you know, it's got a little more dimensionality than Beanie Boppers does. I'll give it that. But I picked this game up. Normally I wouldn't care. I mean, the arcade ports of things that I already have the arcade game of, like Galaga, which I have on the PS5, and on MAME, and, you know, other places. That's, you know, something that I normally wouldn't want a 7800 port. However, there's some guys on the forum doing a little bit of competition this month. They haven't started posting high scores yet. I think it's going to be a Christmas Day kind of thing. I don't know. But I was intrigued enough to go, and I saw this game available in a shop where I also got Centipede. So not only did I not want to leave empty-handed, because it was a nice little mom and pop kind of place, but I want to participate in this contest. This is actually graphically not a super interesting port of Galaga. I mean, the action's good, the detail is not. However, the sound effects, really good. But the gameplay is solid. Let's see if I can get a good one going here. Okay. Let's see if I can get, yeah. I can get two ships in the action from the jump. then I can do pretty good on the whole. Oh, alright, gotta be careful because you don't want to shoot your ship. Alright. There we go. See if I can clobber this guy before my ship comes down. There we go. Gimme. Now, the key is not to die here, because when these guys come down, they start dropping missiles on you in the second wave, which I think is unfair. Alright. I've never managed to perfect this one on this port. In the arcade, this is not that hard to do when you get two ships, but I think it's because the aspect of this screen is all stretched out, so it makes it a little more challenging. Good thing is that the button action is good on this controller. There's no input lag I can detect. Yeah, there we go. Right there. See, very similar to the arcade. Perfecto. Yeah, there we go. Alright, get away from me. Oh, you bastard. I can't believe that. You know, I've been back in Glasgow for a while, so my language is suffering a bit. But this is not a video for kiddies, man. This is for grown-ups. You talk like grown-ups in this video. Ah, you knuckleheads. Okay, see, I'm getting good at that. You can take the earmuffs off your wee ones. Oh, for Pete's sake, come on, bring me back, bring me back. Oh, you. Alright. Oh, you little, you naughty bugs. I don't like you. One thing I haven't seen yet is these that turn into different things that come down at you. It still tells you the number of hit percentage. I mean, that's kind of neat. It doesn't tell you the number of shots and all that, but it's a good port. Good port. I'm going to look forward to beating the tar out of some of these cats on the Atari Age forums. We'll see. This is a game that was an arcade game originally, one of the few that Intellivision got the rights to, a Data East game. To be honest, the arcade game is not something I have any feeling for, but I remember liking the M-Network game. And I do have a fondness for maze games, so... Oh my god, these guys caught me right off the jump. I'm just not, my head's not in it. Oh. So instead of fruits, it's a bar, so very similar to Pac-Man on the 2600. And the dots are little dashes again. You know, if Atari can do it and not hang their heads in shame, then I suppose Mattel's allowed. But you're a hat, you're supposed to be a bank robber, these blue things are supposed to be cops, you know. And that's the special prize, whatever the heck it is, you get bonus points if you grab it. I'm really jacking it up. If I can't eat all the dots, then that little red bar at the top will disappear and I can leave. That is a different prize. Not as many points. Doot, 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 doot. No great theme music, no intermissions, but then, you know, sorry Pac-Man doesn't have it either. And I did not clear the board. Much to my shame. Star Strike. I've played this many times, and I cannot get to grips with it. I do not enjoy this one very much. Alright, so that's your ship. Now that guy is actually behind me. You can see by his shadow. Oh, I missed the vent. I was supposed to bomb. And the bomb by being in the green part. I missed it. Oh, someone's shooting at me. Ah, I crashed. And if you crash, that's it. They go and blow Earth up. Boom, there it goes. And that's as much as I care to experience it. That's why I'm a big fan of that game. Gosh. For some reason, in television, Mattel, when they did the M Network versions of these games, they couldn't be bothered to use the same name. I don't know why. So, this is Astro Blast, but it's Astro Smash. Now, this, I plugged the paddles in because this is a rare game that you can play with paddles or joystick. However, there is a bug afflicting the version 1 firmware of the Atari 2600 Plus in which only paddles work. So, if I plug a joystick in, I get nothing. Hey, what's going on? Why is it auto-firing? Is this a difficulty switch thing? Man, I'm going to hold the button down anyway. But this is Astro Blast, which is Astro Smash. Shoot all the following things. I mean, it's a more graphically interesting game on the Intellivision. Someday I'll play my Intellivision cards for the Evercade, and I'll get to re-experience this game as it was originally intended. But it's reasonably fast-paced. It's just kind of one-dimensional. It's basically like, what if asteroids involved was married to Space Invaders, I guess. It's honestly a game that when I play the Intellivision version, it just goes on and on and on, and you're just like, when does this end? Because it's not interesting. So, I'm sorry, if there are people out there who think Astro Smash is a great game, or Astro Blast, or whatever the hell, then, you know, I'm glad you like it, but I find it, I would rather play Asteroids, or Space Invaders, which are both more challenging and interesting than that. And this, of course, is Frogs and Flies. Which I quite like this. The fact that it is, I mean, it looks like it could be a two-player only game, but if you wait long enough without having a player 2, then the computer just takes over. So some clever programming that automatically, you know, because the M Network games tend not to support the game select function. They just press, you know, either press the button to start or start moving your character to go. And it just, the game is basically live as soon as you do anything. Alright, let's see if I can get a double. Nope. Oh, I got him. Now the piece, so this is it. You jump back and forth, but you press, if you press different diagonals, apparently you can get different, according to the manual, if you press different corners in that, you'll get a different angle of jump or speed, or I don't know. I don't really see a difference. I also don't find it to be necessary. This is just a basic fun game. Just press on the D-pad, hop, press the tongue, try to catch the bugs. That's it. I mean, they're flies, whatever. There's only one kind of bug. If there were more than one, that would be nifty, you know, but... And the game ends when you get to the next day. So, as you can see, the screen's getting darker. Eventually it'll get pitch black. Ooh. Gotta fly. I am beating the pants off of this AI. I think it's because I got my difficulty switch in the easy peasy position. But there you go. Pretty straightforward. Good fun times. I really enjoy that one. It's just neat to control a frog. It's another Fox cart, original label. You know, I probably observed on another one like CBS, Parker Brothers. I mean, everyone was making freaking video games. I actually own this movie for the Riff Tracks, the Riff Tracks version of this movie. This one I had to clean a few times to get it to work, even without the physical case being broken in half. But thankfully the case clicks together well enough that that doesn't matter. So this game is kind of funky. So if you've ever seen this movie, it's some stupid near future post-apocalyptic, I don't know what. You have a flying motorcycle, just like in the movie. You roll on the ground. Oh, I keep getting shot. You're trying to protect these buildings from getting destroyed. That's the city you're trying to defend. I ain't doing too good so far. It's pretty fast paced though. I don't remember ever playing this game back in the day. You want to hit these, you go down here, you shoot down. Kind of like Star Strike. Ooh, what's that? Can I get that? And you're flying along, you're looking for the bad saucers over there. And the arrows tell you which way to go. Don't go that way. Oh my god, they're blowing the city up. Stop doing that. I'm blowing up the oasis. Why? It's pretty fast paced. I don't know. I'd have to play this game some more. I'm not super jazzed with it. You know, it's $10. It's kind of an unusual or an uncommon card, let's say. I don't know why the hell I picked up this piece of crap. This was one of the first Atari games I owned. When I got my gift of a 4-switch Woody, it came with Combat and Pac-Man. It was a Pac-Man edition. I probably would have rather the Space Invaders one, but this was after Pac-Man came out. Everybody wanted Pac-Man. Pac-Man. I think if I play game 3, I just remember playing this because this was like the only game I had initially until I started getting more cards that I could play single player, really. Because Combat is a 2-player game. And my little sister didn't really want to play this, that, you know, but this is just, it is nostalgic, I have to confess. There is a bit, because it was like, oh, this is when I first got the Atari, and this was like a game I played the hell out of, even though I didn't like it, because it's a rubbish port. But when you see the video on the Atari 50, and you learn the history behind the port, you're like, well, you know, like that's instead of a cherry, you just get that weird block square. You know, the ghosts barely have any color to them. You probably can't even see it in the video. I don't even capture it. They're flickering all the time because that's the way that the Atari could draw sprites. You can't fit that many. I think you can. I actually researched this recently after having a little bit of a debate with somebody about the capabilities of the 2600, and I found that you can display 2 8-bit sprites and 5 1-bit sprites. So there's some major trickery going on here to allow you to have a playable character that you can move around and 4 ghosts. That's why the ghosts flicker. There's not really a choice. And that's all I'm going to do for that. It is, you know, there's no intermissions. $8 I paid for that. For a bit of nostalgia. This is another Games by Apollo card, Space Cavern. One of a couple of these that I have. Now it's called Space Cavern, so you'd think that it would be something like, I don't know what the hell that game is called, Star Tunnel or some nonsense. But instead, it's this. So if I press the fire button and I stop moving, I shoot straight up. Now there are different game modes. If I press up, I shoot. Something can come out of these sides. So you press up, down to shoot to the right, and up to shoot to the left. There it is. They're called like the human. I can't remember what they're called. But you got these enemies up here, and then they come out of the doors. And I mean, it's not awful. It's different, you know. It's kind of interesting. They're trying to give you a little bit of added challenge from the side to side. $4 though, not bad for a game that I don't remember ever seeing in life. And then we got Space Chase, which sounds like it would be like a space shoot 'em up kind of thing, but that's a problem with some of these games. They sound like one thing, and then you plug them in and you play them and you're like, what? So this is just like a less interesting stage in Mooncrest, you know. Come on. This is one of these. And this is it, over and over again. Like I have a scrolling planet to give me the illusion of going somewhere, but I'm not going anywhere. And a formation of 4 ships comes out, and they shoot at you, and you shoot them. And that's it. So what's the chase aspect? Are they chasing me? I don't know. Why are there lines off to the side? Do they mean something? I'm pretty sure they don't. And that's it. You know, it's just really basic. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just kind of Games by Apollo again. It's just a bit underwhelming to you. This game, I didn't know what it was going to be. But it is kind of a basic Star Raiders, Star Master kind of game. It's just without, there's no map, there's no galactic map. You just kind of... Alright, so I need to find the Stargate now. There's a flashing blue block in the middle, and you need to line this up correctly or you're not going through it. If I change the difficulty switch, I change the kind of weapon I fire. But the thing is that if you'll see that number in the lower right, I'm running out of shots. Back and die. This one I find, there we go. We gotta get on target. Oh jeez, where? There he is. Nope. Oh, I'm out of shot. I gotta flip the difficulty switch. Wait, what? I died. Whatever. Anyway, you get the thing. Basic action-y space game. Cost me $5. Money well spent. And you'll note that I'm using my second edition. These are my standalone paddles, which work frickin' amazing. Oh, I blew it. No, I didn't pick the, there we go. Paddles, the other paddle. No. There we go. I gotta remember which one I'm using here. Graphics are quite a bit basic compared to the arcade game, but the gameplay is just the same. Hold the button to fire that thing off. Oh, they're gonna get me. Yeah, that's it. Own goal yourself. Oh no. There we go. Oh no, stop trying to hit me. Oh man, it's too close for comfort. Oh man. Yeah, kill yourself. Yeah. Oh. That's Warlords. Ultimate, the original party game, really, kind of. I mean, 4 players, complete madness. What's not to like? Should have been on the 4-in-1 battle game collection. I don't know why Canyon Bomber's on there. It barely qualifies. Now this game was a surprise. I got this one because I had never heard of this figure. Maybe I did. But I saw a video of it and I went, what the heck? Alright. So that's a pagoda. You can speed up or down. But look at the animation on the worms. That's crazy. So now I can kind of accelerate up. Now look how fast these critters move. And there's so many of them on screen, the animation is so smooth. I mean, it really is an impressive looking game. And the action isn't bad. I mean, I'm getting bonus points. So now we got these obstacles, and shoot them. They don't stop the worms, but they do stop you. So I thought this would be like Worms, where you're a worm fighting other worms, but no, the Worm War is you fighting all the worms. Fair enough. Ah, they clobbered me. But there you go. Worm War 1. Pretty exciting, folks. So that was short but sweet. So that's what I got for this time. All these Atari cards. Now I also got some new Evercade, the 4 new Evercade cards. But I can't play Data East Arcade Classics 2 without playing Data East Arcade Classics 1. So as a special sneak preview of what's to come, that's what's to come. Data East Arcade Classics 1 and 2. Followed by Toa Plan Arcade Classics 3 and 4. And there was something else in there. Oh yes, there's also a new 2-in-1 indie card collection. So next time, Evercade returns. But until then, keep on gaming.